Plush. Oh no, Grifka first up versus Zivy. A little bit of a rematch between the two. Now you're no longer suffering the, what is it, 60% dampening versus a rogue. This time around, Zivy at least had himself a proper chance to fight Grifka. You got your trinket, you got your disperse, you got everything. Big secret technique. Zivy just trying to see if he can live by that secret technique. Dispersion super late, maybe a little bit too greedy, but does get himself a little bit of that recovery. Definitely should be looking at his own health bar as best as possible. Flash of heals could be huge, trying to go for Shadow Crash, but Grifka no longer anywhere to be found. He's gonna be waiting out until that secret technique is back up. Zivy, does he respond in the next one? Does he trinket this one? It is gonna be Shadow Blades by Grifka this time around. So maybe this way you make a response. Maybe this is a trinket situation. Burning the disperse though, hopefully should sync up at least with the secret technique. Doesn't go for trinket. Taking the damage wholesale. That's going to be that Aegis. Stun onto Grifka last second. Is going to go for a root as well as a desperate prayer. Cloak of Shadows for Grifka. Zivy more. Oh, Zivy just in a lot of trouble. Grifka just pressed cloak. Wasn't going to kick nothing. Just going from eviscerate to eviscerate to eviscerate with the cloak. You can't even like heal off of his damage. That is so rough. Cheap shot by Grifka with us. Secret technique kind of delayed. Wall out for Atho. I think that's exactly what Grifka's trying to do. Trying to see if he can get a defensive out of Atho. Next time around, he could throw in a full secret technique. Maybe a cold blood if he has it. If he does have it. And this time, you won't have the wall to dampen a lot of that damage by what, like 20%? Atho is going to take quite a bit of damage from this. Gouge is not even going to go for a cheap shot. What is this gouge into a shuriken storm? You just trying to see if you can CC him, I guess, yeah? Or pull him next to the pillar, start auto-attacking? That is the case, yeah? Stunned by Atho, trying to see if he can maybe ramp up some damage. Crusade is out for the Paladin. He is going to go for a trinket. Grifka with an evasion. Maybe it'll be enough blind as he tried to go for secret technique. And I think blinding secret technique actually does end up disrupting it a little bit. I think those shadowy images didn't really get to do much to Atho. That or he just took no damage whatsoever because the guy's just an absolute... I mean, look at him, dude. He just looked at those things, said howdy, and then just disappeared. Ran out of there like common criminals in the Wild West. Does somehow randomly find Grifka out in the open in AoE. Gouge really quickly. Does Atho have a way to close the gap? Grifka has himself a Shadow Melt, 2 vanishes in case he needs to. And it looks like he is going to go for a quick reset without even getting hit. For Athomim, it's a situation where you either pick up the one eye left in the far side of the arena or just let Grifka get an open on you. He's looking for it. Grifka already looking for that cover. If Atho is careful enough, you should be able to see Grifka not even close. Shadow Step wasn't quite close enough for a good bit there. To reach him, secret technique is going to be a wall out of Atho, saving that wall until he sees the secret technique animation. Cloak of Shadows by Grifka, trying to reduce a lot of his holy damage as Atho, trying to at least generate some resources. Man is mostly looking to get himself maybe a bit of healing, getting quite a bit of damage in Grifka either way though. Vanish, first one out of the night. Has himself a second Vanish, has himself a Shadow Melt. So for Atho, he got to find a way to lock down Grifka. Grifka no longer has a trinket though. Somehow sees him. I guess the eyes are still in play. It's going to be a bubble out of Atho. Grifka, does he go for a Vanish with this one? Potentially. Maybe just waiting out. I think you got a kidney shot saved for your Atho. You better have someone ready for this one. Gouges. Grifka gets super low. Cheat death, maybe proc. And this is going to be smoke bomb blind right after. He's throwing out everything at this Paladin, which is actually not the worst situation for Athomin, because maybe with Rogue using up all these cooldowns, now you won't have those whenever you have a proper go. Still a trinket, not accessible to Grifka for 10 more seconds. If Atho is fast enough to maybe land a Hodge on the guy, maybe you could make some kind of damage happen. It is going to be a quick cheap shot. Is Grifka trying to be the one to make the first blood move? It is going to be trinket back up. Evasion is out. Blessing protection out for Athoman. Might be in a bad spot. Trinket for the Hodge immediately. Shadow Step and trying to see if he can escape him. Not burning advantage since Athoman still has the eyes with the Spectral Sight for now. Or Spectral Sight, whatever it is. It's not Spectral Sight, right? It's a Demon Hunter only thing. Or is it all counting the Spectral Sight? I don't even know. Wake of Ashes does get Grifka out in the open. Cheap shot onto Atho. Does have a wall for this one, maybe? Or saving it for that secret technique. It's going to be a disarm. The Paladin doesn't need a weapon or to make some damage happen. Grifka with a Vanish looking for another reset. Does himself a second Vanish available. That is so unfortunate. Second Ice picked up. Should have seen, hopefully. No. Fighting the wrong rogue. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Whoa. Fighting the wrong rogue. He just realized it. Oh no. Yo, if you guys are a rogue, don't be in stealth unless you're dueling. This is what happens, man. This is what happens. Just don't be in stealth. Why splash out there anyway? Why is he in stealth? Just be out of stealth so at least he's like not looking for a stealthy yellow class. It's gonna be a bit of a damage out of Atho. Try to see if you can fight through Grifka. You burned a lot of his burst into yet completely another rogue. Not really the man's fault, honestly. I can't tell my classes apart super well. It's going to be blind as of no Cloak of Shadows for a rogue to try to deny it. Gouge last second. Does have a bowl for this one. Stun onto Grifka. Have himself advantage with a shadow step, with a reset. But Atho looking for him. Actually, somehow, some way, does end up kind of hanging on next to Grifka. For Atho, I feel like that Crusade and sending it to another rogue, that probably would have been the thing that might have ended this duel right there. Might have ended this 1v1. Yeah. Sad for a second. Cyclone or Handy? Hold on a second. Wait, Handy, are you Boomkin? It is a Boomkin. I thought it was a Feral Druid. Never mind. I understand why you did a Cyclone strat now. Barks in immediately as Grifka trying to see if he can turn up the heat. It is a Boomkin. It is a chicken. He's just going to slice it up. Make a couple of nuggets out of this boy. I don't know. Can a Boomkin fight a rogue? I think generally melee you can. I think Boomkins can actually do well versus melee, but with the way the Grifka is cutting this boy up right now, Heart of the Wild maybe. Does the man have the heart of a lion to be able to live this one out? Dots on Grifka doesn't want to burn the Cloak of Shadows just yet, but does want to get in there with Handy. The guy just doesn't have much to really work with right now, unless he goes maybe for a disarm, but a cloak. Again, I feel like you're just going to live and die by the cloak. That thing is just going to end up turning the duel, turning the attention, disarm. Grifka could just take himself out of this one. Cloak of Shadows, Handy can't even respond. All he can do is sit in bear form and hope to get himself some kind of healing. Thrashes and bleeds are just not going to do much. Trinket to follow. Just needs a couple more abysses, and Grifka does end up taking him out with Kioskum landing the 100s mark. Trying to see if he can get some pressure onto Grifka early. Is going to be a blind immediately. Maybe a Trinket out of Kioskum just to end this. Is going to go for a vanish reset into a flare immediately. Gouge right after sending the pet far away to, I think, to make sure he can always go for that pet sack in case he needs it. Does get the pet sack as Grifka goes in for a secret technique. A lot of the damage does get denied. Kioskum with a Spore Cloak though really early. That is his emergency healing kind of backup right now. Being burned really early on. And Grifka's still out. Hunter's Mark does fall off last second, so for Kiosku, there isn't really much you can do unless he picks up the eyes right now and gets the Hunter's Mark back on the guy. Does end up picking it up somehow. I felt like he was a mile away from it, but does establish it either way though. Cheap shot by Grifka. Kiosku does have a human racial as well as a trick. It could break out of the CC, but got to be very careful and measured when he uses it. There goes a big defensive with survival of the fittest. Stunned Grifka. Not Shadow Word Death. Death's Chakram. And Grifka goes in for a re-stealth. Flare gets him out in the open. Could maybe go for kill shots. Needs just a little bit more damage. Explosive shot. Grifka stunned right after. It's going to be cheat death. Smoke bomb down. This is going to be enough there. Grifka barely alive. Kiosku does get hit with a killer shot. But Grifka is able to take him down fairly quickly. Well done. Well done. With Plunge going to be up next, man. From one rogue to the next. Does go in. Tar Trap up and running. And Kiosku, oh man, I don't know how you're gonna do this right now. 61% dampener. I think he's gonna have to play the slow, long game of just playing what rogues do and just sit in stealth, reset, wait until every cooldown is available. Because I don't think you win. I don't think you fight through a durability of a rogue. Reposition back to the other side. Hunter's Mark keeps gonna be offline. I mean, the panic kicking in. Flushes out in the open. I don't even know what gets him out of stealth. I think it's gonna be a pet. Shadow steps in. It's gonna be a skill trap. Gouge. Is he in range? He is in range for a kid to shot. Kiosku with the secret, sack for the secret technique. Trying to see if he can survive it. Barely at any health. Does go in for a freezing trap. Onto Plush. That's going to be Spore Cloak procking in again with a Manic Bandage right after. Blinding shot onto Plush. Does go in for a stun. Does shock him. Big damage. Grenades getting sent in. Still got a flare. Getting the rogue out of stealth. Blind right after. Does have himself a human racial in case he needs to. Tar Trap stops him. Replace still. No Cloak of Shadows from Plush. So he's still kind of getting found out. Still is out. The open basically for Kiosku. Stun. There goes the cloak. Now he means business. Now he wants to close the gap. Now he wants to end it right now before another Hunter's Mark is back up on him. Does end up picking up the eyes by a complete accident. Plus, no. Oh, no, bud. I think he rushed around the corner maybe a little bit too aggressively. Traps are going to be down. Plus, there's no way you're going to be able to approach Kiosku. Kiosku does have himself a normal human racial. Trinket. Tart traps. Freezing traps. Steel Trap, but also Turtle Shell and Feign Death. I don't know if this will be enough to fight a rogue, but maybe. 74% dampening. This rogue ain't healing. Death struck him, dodging it entirely with that evasion. Not going to be able to get any damage out onto the rogue whatsoever while he's got evade. Just going for the gouge to the pet. Just Shark him still on him as a debuff, so it's going to be like 50% more damage taken anyway. Getting a shot onto Kiosku. Does he have himself a defensive? Maybe a tricky situation. Doesn't feel like he needs to burn it. Just a bit of a survival of the fittest together with the Bear's Fortitude. Trinket out of the rogue. Does get hit with the disarm. Grenades right after Harpoon to follow. I don't think he can go anywhere whatsoever. I think it's just done. Stun. Explosive. Oh, and Kiosku with an explosive finisher. with Trig's gonna be up next. The Demonology Warlock gonna send out all these pets of Kiosko. I don't think you live this. Like, you could deny a rogue from touching you, but now you gotta like find a way to CC this, and you gotta find a way to CC the army of the Burning Legion itself. That just ain't happening. Kiosko, try to see if you can survive, but look at these pets. I am surprised you caught a camo. Wait, no, someone got you still in combat. I was gonna say, how are you still alive? But no, first aid didn't do nothing. Triggs, did you send in his main Felguard? Wait, did your Felguard pet dead? Did Felguard die? Hold on, if the Felguard is dead, maybe Kiosko has himself a chance. Demon Bolt is gonna stop him from casting. Triggs, where's your pet? Is it dead? Can you summon a new one? Do you not have a second one to summon? I don't think the Dark Lair is going to do anything. Freshly summon. Hold on a second. He needs to get an army. Doesn't get disrupted. Oh, the explosive skill shot. Oh my god. Kiosko. You're kidding me. Oh, Jareem is going to be up next. Rushing out as a Frosty Mage. He's got to get in there, throw a bunch of blizzards and frozen orbs around the corner. He is playing Ring of Fire though. So that is going to be interesting. If you try to see if you can zone out behind the pillar away from this mage, you can just drop down all of the elements on you. Trying to see if you can stun up Kiosko is going to get him frozen. Couple of lances, all he needs. Seth's going to be sacked. Maybe that'll be enough for his trap last second. I think it's just over for Kiosko. There's just nothing he can do. The man have used all of his... How are you alive still? You had 1 health. Jeremy was surprised. He looked at you like, what? How are you alive? Oh, no way. Call of Duty last or left. A bit of a rematch between Jareem and Call of Duty from like, what, first game? So this is what, second game? Why this game so long, man? 15 minutes, 88% dampening, you ain't healing. Call of Duty might actually be in a bit of a back burner for this one, because he is a class that does play, and his build is more a Healy build. So he's gonna need some kind of healing. I don't know how he's gonna live this. Silence under Jareem. It is gonna be Call of Duty just slicing right through the mage with that beam of astral energy. But Jareem with the icebox that apparently now ignore dampening. I don't know when that was done. Well, has always been a thing, but his healing ignores dampening. I was pretty sure that that was like, I don't even know. I almost want to be like, I'm almost 100% sure that that didn't used to be a thing. But I'm not 100% on that one. I'm not 100%, so I'm just not gonna say what I'm not sure of. I'm just gonna ask Seavark, see what he says. Ray of Frost around the corner for Jareem. Are you Shimmer? You may actually be Shimmer. I'm not even sure. Are you Shimmer or are you normal Blink? I can't even tell. I'm actually not sure. It's trying to see if you can maybe barrage Call of Duty with the might of the Frosty Mage. Flurries down big old what is it, shatters over and over and over, shattering against the bark skin of the druid as the man trying to go for a reset behind the pillar. It is going to be a shifting power around the corner for Jareem. Ring of Fire. Judy can't go anywhere. You got Blizzard on one side, Fire on the other. You're not in a great spot. It's actually adds so much extra pressure. Trying to go for a cycle, but you're still burning. Walking through Ring of Fire yet again. Judy trying to go for a heal, but you ain't healing for anything. 97% dampening. These frostbolts from... It's just over. I think it's just flame shot. The Ring of Fire is what killed you. I think. I'm not even sure. Griff can catch on the 3, but Kiosko coming back out on top, shutting down from one rogue to the next, and blasting out a Warlock right after. Well done, boys. Let's get us another going.